Hello and welcome. This is the Historitress, and I am your Historitress Dev. Today, I am bringing you Devi Media's top 7 female rockers of the 20th century. And with that, let's get into it. Number 6 and 7, the unstoppable sisters of rock, Anne and Nancy Wilson from Heart. When you think of the Wilson sisters, you think of one entity, but two women who kicked the door open for female rockers and never looked back. The women counterbalance each other. Anne Wilson is one of the most powerful vocalists rock has ever produced. Her voice could go from haunting and delicate to full-throttle thunder in seconds. Songs like Barracuda, Crazy on You, and Alone weren't just hits. She helped break the mold in the 1970s when rock radio was dominated by male voices. Nancy Wilson brought something equally important. She wasn't just the younger sister. She was the guitar powerhouse, songwriter, and sonic architect behind many of Heart's most recognizable sounds. Her acoustic intro on Crazy on You is legendary, and her electric playing added bite and attitude. She also stepped into lead vocals on songs like These Dreams, showing the band had more than one frontwoman. The Wilson sisters of Heart shattered the groupie stereotype by proving women could front a hard rock band with both vocal dominance and technical mastery. Number 5, Pat Benatar. Pat Benatar didn't just enter rock, she kicked the door down. Classically trained with a voice that could soar and then hit like a punch, she blended power and control in a way that redefined female rock vocals. Songs like Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Love is a Battlefield, and Heartbreaker turned her into one of the most dominant voices of the late 70s and 80s. What makes her deserving of this list is her attitude. Pat Benatar brought toughness without losing melody. She proved a woman could lead a hard-edged rock sound and still dominate pop charts. Leather, grit, and pure vocal firepower. She didn't follow the rock blueprint. She rewrote it. Number 4, Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks is not just a performer. She's an experience. Flowing black and dark layered clothing, shawls spinning through the air, those famous twirls and swirls that seem almost hypnotic. When she moves across the stage, it feels mystical, theatrical, and completely captivating. Some fans even dubbed her a witch because of the aura she brings to her performances. That mystique only grew stronger when she appeared in American Horror Story, leaning into that supernatural persona and fueling the witch fandom even more. But beyond the visuals, Stevie's voice is instantly recognizable. Slightly raspy, emotional, and haunting. She doesn't just sing songs, she casts them. That's why she lands at number 4. Number 3, Betty Davis. Betty Davis didn't just make music, she was the revolution. She was raw, fearless, and unapologetically bold. She redefined what it meant to be a woman in psychedelic rock and funk. Although her performances were provocative, Betty Davis was said not to be sexually promiscuous, but spiritually grounded. She was comfortable with sexual expression, and that confidence, paired with her gritty sound and electric presence, challenged norms, shattered expectations, and left a legacy that still was ahead of its time. Her stage image cost her dearly. She was banned from television, some of her concerts were boycotted, and her music was kept off the radio under pressure from religious groups and even the NAACP. At one point, she was married to trumpeter Miles Davis. She introduced Davis to popular rock, soul, and funk artists of the time, encouraging him to explore new sounds beyond jazz, including rock, funk, and R&B. She was responsible for his new dress style and new image. And she also played a key role in inspiring both the title and the provocative album cover of his groundbreaking 1970 work, Bitches Brew. He later accused her of having an affair with Jimi Hendrix, subjected her to physical abuse, and ultimately filed for divorce. Betty denied the affair and said she and Miles broke up due to his violent temper. Here's Betty in her own words describing what happened to her.
I left Miles. His genius gave and took from me. But my smile had become false. I told no one of how Miles was violent. Crow hid my pain. So I wrote and sung my heart out. 3 albums of hard funk. I put everything there. But doors in the industry kept closing. Always white men behind desks telling me to change. Change my look, change my sound, change your music, Betty. I needed to fit in, or else no contract, no silver dollar. I learned that stars starve in silence. Crow and I, we found ourselves alone.
All of this prompted her to move to Europe, where she found acceptance and success. After moving, she came back a year later due to her father's death. It was said that after her father died, she was not quite the same and suffered mentally. Davis died in 2022 at the age of 77. Number 2, Tina Turner. Tina Turner, the queen of rock, was resilience in motion. Her career spans decades, multiple eras, and a complete reinvention. From her early days with Ike Turner to her explosive solo comeback, she proved that longevity in rock isn't just possible, it's powerful. This is Tina Turner performing at 70. This video is making me sick because of the height alone and my fear of it. Her performances were electric. The legs, the hair, the energy, and the voice. She didn't walk on stage, she owned it. Songs like Proud Mary, What's Love Got to Do With It, and The Best became anthems, but it was her presence that made them unforgettable. Tina didn't just survive an abusive husband in Ike Turner, but the music industry. She conquered it again and again. That staying power, that resilience, and that unmatched performance energy makes her number 2. Sadly, Turner died in 2023 at the age of 83. Number 1, Sister Rosetta Tharpe. Before rock and roll had a name, Sister Rosetta Tharpe was already playing it. A gospel singer with an electric guitar, she fused spiritual lyrics with rhythm, distortion, and energy that sounded decades ahead of its time. Her guitar playing was bold, fast, and completely groundbreaking. She influenced many who came after. From rock pioneers to modern artists, her fingerprints are everywhere. Though she was a gospel singer, she's widely considered the godmother of rock and roll. Some would even argue she's not just the pioneer of rock, she's the pioneer of rock music itself. And that's exactly why she takes the number 1 spot. Tharpe died in 1973 at 58. So, how did Devi Media do? Who would have made your top female rockers list? As always, like, comment, and subscribe. This helps the channel grow and helps bring you more interesting content. Until next time, this is the Historitress.